inverse of a function. So it is also called an anti-function. It is defined as a function which can reverse into another function. In elementary, we already have inverse operations. For example, we have addition, and the inverse operation of addition is subtraction and vice versa. For division, the inverse operation is multiplication and vice versa. And if we square a given number, the inverse operation is the square root. For the exponent tree, the cube root, and so on. Here, if we are talking about function, that is somehow the same. We are only talking about functions. So let us consider the given function. F of x is equal to 5x minus 20, and another function g of x is equal to 4 plus x over 5. So we will check if these functions are inverse functions. So how will we do that? So we will use the composition of methods which we discussed last meeting or during the last topic. So let's start with f of x. Anyway, so that is f composed with g of x. So again, it can be written as, so since gumamit tayo ng f, g, x, so ayun lang. Technique lang doon, magkakasunod lang siya. F, and then g, and then x. F, g, x. So una, substitute natin yung value ni g of x, which is 4 plus x over 5. So magiging f, lagyan na lang natin dito sa baba. Instead of g of x, papalitan natin ng f, 4 plus x over 5. So, for the function f of x, so that is 5x minus 20. So, papalitan natin lahat ng x ng value or equivalent ni g of x, which is 4 plus x over 5. So, we just copy 5, and then we just copy 4 plus x over 5. So, that is composition of functions. Minus 20. So we will distribute 5 to all terms inside the parentheses. So that is 20 plus 5x over 5 minus 20. So dito pa lang, meron tayong positive 20 and negative 20. We can cancel them. So that will be 0. And then for the middle term, 5 over 5, we can simplify that as 1, or we can simply cancel 5. So, matitira na lang ay x. So, that is for f composed with g of x. So, kung babaligtarin natin, dapat x din ang makuha natin para masabi natin na the given functions are inverse functions. So, instead of f of g of x, dapat mag-equal siya sa g of f of x. So, ayan. So, g, kopyahin lang natin yung f of x, which is 5x minus 20. And then, we just copy 4 plus x over 5. So, yung x naman dito, ang papalitan natin ng equivalent value ni f of x. So, that is 4 plus, instead of x, palitan natin ng 5x minus 20 over 5. So, 4 plus, so we can rewrite this term as 5x over 5 minus 20 over 5. Isa lang ang denominator nito, pero since there are two terms in the numerator, pinaghiwalay natin yung two terms na yon, yung 5x minus 20. But they have a same denominator, which is 5. So we just simplify 4. We can cancel 5. So matitira na lang ay x. And then for 20 over 5, that is 4. So makikita nyo, we have positive 4 and negative 4. So we can cancel them. And then matitira na lang ay x. So sa f of g of x, ang nakuha natin ay x. And then for g of f of x, ang nakuha natin ay x. So it means they are an inverse functions. So that is how to verify if the given functions is are inverse functions. Next, what if you are asked to find the inverse of a function? So kanina, verify lang yon. Given two functions, verify natin kung sila ba ay inverse or not. So kung parehas sila ng kinalabasan by composition of function, so it means they are inverse functions. But if we are looking for the inverse of a given function, for example, the given function is f of x is equal to 4x plus 12. So unang step, para mas madali, hindi ko na muna i-explain yung raised to negative 1. First, we will just substitute y to f of x. Kasi di ba ang f of x or any function or any letter of x is equal to y. So we will change this as y. And then we just copy the right hand side, the expression in the right hand side, 4x plus 12. Next, y is equal to 4x plus 12. We interchange the variable. Instead of y, gawin nating x. And instead of x, gawin nating y. So si y, gawin nating x. And then 4, gawin nating y. Si variable niya, plus 12. And then, we have to isolate y. In this equation, we have to isolate y. So iisa-isahin natin. So una, pwede nating alisin si plus 12 by APE. So x, so yung plus 12, malilipat sa kabilang side ng equal sign, so magiging minus 12 equals, matitira lang dito si 4y. Next, so may katabi pa rin si y. We have to isolate y. So may katabi pa rin siya, or its coefficient 4. So we have to divide both sides by its coefficient, which is 4. So, makakancel na si 4. Matitira na lang ay si y. And then, for the left-hand side, we cancel x minus 12. We just write x minus 12 all over 4. So, after this, so, pwede nating paghiwalay yung two terms ng numerator, but they have still the same denominator. So, pwede nating i-write to as x over 4 minus 12 over 4. Or we can equals y. So, if we simplify that, that is x over 4 minus 12 over 4 is 3. So, that is equal to y. And then, by symmetric property of equality, so since ang pinaka format niya ay nasa left hand side si y, so by symmetric property of equality, we can interchange their positions. So yung nasa left hand side mapupunta sa right, and yung nasa right hand side mapupunta sa left. nang hindi nagbabago ang kanilang side. Kasi di ba ang sabi ko, kapag lumipat tayo ng kabilang side ng equal sign, magbabago ang sign. Unless, kung lahat, halimbawa ito, y lang naman siya, ay ililipat at itong buo na to, yung buong expression na yon ay ililipat din sa kabilang side. So, hindi na sila kailangang magbago ng side. So, mapupunta na si y sa left hand side. And then, for the right hand side, that is x over 4 minus 3. And then, palitan lang natin si y ng f raised to negative 1 of x. So, ibig sabihin, ayan yung inverse function ng given function natin kanina. So, f raised to negative 1 is equal to x over 4 minus 3. So, this will be your final answer. So, to verify this, pwede nyong gawin yung composition of function f of x and gawin nyo itong f raised to negative 1 of x, or siguro gawin yung g of x bago nyo gawin yung composition of functions. Pag parehas sila ng kinalabasan, so that is the correct inverse of a given function.